Hello lovely people, I'm Sarah and I'm going to show you how to make the yummiest crumbed chicken I have ever had. It's not deep fried, it's done in the oven. I won't claim that it tastes...
It's better than KFC. Booyah!
There we go, the voice from beyond says booyah. Now, I won't claim it tastes like KFC, but it is so much, it is yummy. It is yummy. Now, this I actually got, it's based off one of these recipe cards that came from New World. The chicken that I've got here, last time I did it, I actually used some chicken breast that I chopped up. But I thought, nah, drumsticks, that's probably more the way to go. I've actually got a bit of an assortment there. I've got some bigger drumsticks and some slightly smaller chicken nibbles. So I will be cooking slightly different times. So I suppose that's a demonstration as well. If you've just got chicken breasts, just, you know, chop them up into pieces and cook them. Cooking times will vary. So make sure they've defrosted. These have been defrosting all day. And we want to preheat the oven to 200 degrees Celsius. I've actually got bread in there at the moment, but that'll be coming out shortly. I'm going to put 3 decent tablespoons. When I say a decent tablespoon, I actually don't measure it. I just get a tablespoon and I heap it. So, you know, of plain flour. We want 2 eggs. Don't drop the shell in there though. It's very unprofessional. And some of this stuff. This is the best mayonnaise. Normally I'm not a fan of mayonnaise, but I love this stuff. So bad for you. So we want about 2 tablespoons of this. Again, I tend to heap it. Just going to mix them together so they are well combined. Then I'm going to put my chicken in here and just coat it. Now, of course, handling raw chicken, I am going to wash my hands very thoroughly once I've handled the raw chicken. Chuck all the chicken pieces in there. Make sure they're all nice and coated. I don't look uncoordinated in the least doing this, do I? It's because you're watching. It's because I'm being watched. I look uncoordinated when I'm being watched. I'm not saying I don't when I'm not being watched, but that's not the point. Sometimes you just got to get in there with your fingers. Keep it nice and coated. I could have done with a bigger bowl. Yeah. I have a habit of... Good to get that encouragement, that pat on the back, you know. With my breadcrumbs, I do have a habit of underestimating how many breadcrumbs I'm going to need. This is what I save bread crusts for, or quite often with my homemade bread, I tend to get a chunk at the end that's always left over after I've made everyone's sandwiches, and then everyone wants the nice fresh bread the next day, so I'll just save it for breadcrumbs. I use breadcrumbs on a lot of dinners, so that's just what I do, I just grate it. Real easy. Look at that, breadcrumbs. Boom. I'm going to mix in 1 teaspoon of salt, reasonably heaped teaspoon. 1 teaspoon of paprika. I love paprika. Yummy! Makes everything taste so good and bacony. And about 3/4 of a cup of grated cheese. The original recipe called for parmesan, but I'm not that fancy. So I just use cheddar cheese, Colby, tasty, Edam, whatever you've got on hand. And I'm totally going to estimate how much 3/4 of a cup is. That's probably a bit more, but that's fine. Mix that all up together so it's nicely combined. You can add some herbs in here if you want to, chives, parsley, anything like that. Baking tray with a non-stick mat on it, or baking paper, however you roll. Chicken, make sure it's nicely loaded up with all that yummy stuff. And chuck some, load it up with that stuff. Put it on the tray. Ooh, yeah. I'm actually going to put the the bigger bits in first. And then I'm going to cook these ones for about 45 minutes. I'm going to put some chippies in the oven as well. And then I'm going to coat those chicken nibbles. And I will put them in when there's about 20-25 minutes to go. Because they should only take about 25 minutes to cook. And it doesn't hurt if you've got any of this mixture left over, just sprinkle it all over the top. Okay, chuck them in the oven. Set the timer for 45 minutes. I'm gonna quickly make some chippies, put them in as well. Although this is not a video about how to make chippies. Don't buy chippies, seriously. So we'll get some nice potatoes, preferably agria, they're the best for crisping up. Bit of oil over the spuds. That's how easy it is to make chippies, so you know, don't go buying those frozen pre-packet chippies, because I used about a kilo's worth of potatoes in this, and it's a kilo of potatoes, $2 or something at the moment. It comes down to like $1 a kilo at some times a year, so I'm just going to chuck those in the oven as well. Okay, so that's just got another 25 minutes to go, so I'm just going to crumb the rest of these little chicken bites and put them in with the big bits. Put that back in the oven, another 25 minutes, and keep giving the chippies a flip too. What's it like?
Are we allowed to start now?
Yeah, go on.
It really is sort of like KFC. Oh no, it's not.
I think that's insulting my chicken to say that, to be honest.
No, it isn't. It's way
Guys,
better.
put some veggies on your plate.
Oh, that is gorgeous.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The chicken took a bit longer than what I said to cook. It was more like about 55 minutes, so, you know, always check. It's important. I want to give people raw chicken. That is so good. Oh yeah. Yeah, the mayo definitely adds to the flavour as well, I reckon. The chicken.
That is marketable.
That is marketable.
Wow, thanks, Mum. Yeah, it really did sound silly.